Hi guys, and welcome back to another Dot Race video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21, continuing on with our World Championship and MotoGP Career Mode, and it's now time for the German GP of Sachsenring. So here we are in free practice on board the Aprilia RSGP. You know the score, you've seen the Catalonia test. We now have Package B, a brand new Aprilia variant for us to try out. Now the whole point of Package B was to hopefully improve in practice and qualifying sessions. So this is the telling point of our very first qualifying session and practice right after the official Catalonia test. So going into the next couple of corners, of course, Sachsenring, a bit of a bogey circuit for me. Did well here in Moto 3. Andrea Mino pinched it right at the death in the last corner just last year, or the year before rather, and last year in Moto 2. Absolutely disastrous race on board the Petronas Sepang Racing Team Calix. Absolutely awful, which I hope we can improve on, and certainly don't want a replication of what happened in Moto 2. Let's go back to the way we did in Moto 3 and try and improve, and already it's looking pretty good. A tenth and a half down to Johan Zarco's time. Of course, somehow Zarco putting the Ducati in the top position. Currently it's Ducati Honda with Nakagami and another Ducati of Enea Bastianini, which is extremely impressive considering this is not a Ducati track at all. As we trail behind Brad Binder, this will be the first lap of our many attempts here in the Sachsenring, so across the line we'll go. Just second position behind Johan Zarco. How familiar is that? Seen that too many times this season, but now back to the reality. Alex Marquez at the top of the timing screens until Johan Zarco. There's that man again. Mama, there goes that man. Johan Zarco at the top of the timing screens once again. Johan Zarco with a 1:19.182, 6/10 of a second better than the man on your screens right now, who's currently in 12th position but only trails by 6/10, so we still have a chance of getting back up there and fighting for the top 10 positions, because of course that is the most important thing right now. Qualify, or at least practice in the top 10 positions, and you'll go straight into qualifying 2. It has been so difficult this season fighting and carving our way through the pack. It's been extremely exciting and very, very enjoyable, but we cannot continue to do this way because we'll never win. We'll never win the World Championship doing things like this. Johan Zarco has been consistent since the beginning of the season. We have been consistent, but when it comes to qualifying, we're quite the opposite. We're probably consistent in qualifying, to be fair. Consistently bad, but in MotoGP races we've been very consistent, working our way from the back and getting to the highest point positions, as Jack Miller has just gone down. There he is in front of us right now into the Queckenberg, the 13th corner of the track as we get across the line. This will be no improvement. We actually lost a little bit of time, but actually look at those 3 lap times. Those 3 lap times that I've done so far, which of course one of them was being invalidated, differed with 3,000th of a second. I don't think I've ever been that consistent before. To have a 1:19.796, a 1:19.799, and 1:19.798. Unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant pace there that we're displaying right now. It's still got a long way to go. You know, we still have to improve and hopefully not invalidate any more laps, but also at the same time, 6/10 of a second separate Miguel Oliveira in first position to Grant in 21st with 6.5 tenths of a second. That is absolutely phenomenal. We could even be maybe a tenth or two, and we still might not even be in the top 10 positions. Wow, the competition in MotoGP, as I stuttered there, I couldn't get the word out, but the competition in MotoGP right now, even in real life, is insane. And there is Jack Miller at the bottom of the timing screens right now in 23rd position after crashing in the Queckenberg. He certainly wants to bounce back, but a very difficult situation for Ducati, although Johan Zarco says otherwise. He's right there in 2nd position. We're not even going to get close enough once again. This might be another journey to qualifying 1 once again. So the end of qualifying, and yes, look at that. A tenth of a second separates 10 riders. That is unbelievable. So we're way down the order and we have to improve, because we're going into qualifying 1 with an absolute plethora of talent. Pecco Bagnaia is there, Joan Mir, the world champion, Rins, Binder, Marquez. Unbelievable. This is going to be rather challenging, and you know what? Sachsenring, as I mentioned earlier, is the bogey circuit for me, as well as Kimi Ring, which is not coming, well, it's coming not too far away from now. These are going to be very difficult situations for us, and even though we got this brand new package, it looks like everyone else has improved as well, so we might have the same thing going again. The status quo might very well be intact, and we might have to go through all the back of the grid and fight our way through. But for the time being, we are optimistic on this channel, we always are. So as always, if you are optimistic and you're enjoying the content, like, comment and subscribe would certainly help out the channel wonders. But for the time being, back to the action on hand, because we have Taka Nakagami ahead of us, and we are up by 3.5 tenths of a second to Pecco Bagnaia's time of a 1:19.753. So this is a great opportunity for us right now. If we can get into the top position and just chuck in some fast-paced lap times behind Taka Nakagami. We're struggling here in turn 11 for the right-hander. This is where I'm losing a lot of time. So if I can get in behind someone such as Takaaki Nakagami, we should be okay. So this is the goal, this is the plan of action, and we'll try and trail him, especially going into turn 1. We are pretty good on the brakes going into turn 1. Package B, of course, if you didn't watch the Catalonia test, was the second package that offered us more reactivity. And there we go at the top of the timing screens. I'll continue to what I was going to say in a moment's time, but we are taking the top position. So we will effectively be going into qualifying 2 without a hiccup. Fingers crossed that remains the same. But I was going to say the Catalonia test was just a couple of days ago, on Wednesday as a matter of fact, and we changed the package of the bike. So we originally had one that was balanced on engine and had improved tyre wear, but reduced sort of reactivity and stability. Now we've gone the opposite way. The engine has reduced a little bit, but there is more reactability, there's more nimbleness to the motorcycle, this bike is much more stable. We have a great chance of turning this into gold here in Sachsenring, because this is a track that requires so much stability and not so much end of torque and top end speed. But for the time being, we are only down by 1/10 of a second to our own best lap time of a 1:19.524. If we can get this bit right, bring on the acceleration nice and early, we might have a chance of improving this one. Once again, that should have been invalidated there, but thankfully the game took pity on us because they know probably how difficult the Sachsenring is. But we're going to give it full gas now, full power. We're up by 1/10 of a second. Hard on the brakes of the left-hander as that left boot just touches the floor. Now full-on acceleration. Alicia Spargo's just booting me out of the top 2. Goodness me, as Nakagami's gone ahead, but we've gone ahead with Nakagami. And qualifying is well and truly underway. Morbidelli, Rins, Mia currently will be your top 3 in the sense of trying to attempt to get into qualifying 2. We have Danilo Petrucci ahead of us and the king of the ring, Marc Marquez, in 6th position. We only need 2 more tenths of a second and we're going straight through into qualifying 2. We're up by 1/10 already, so if we maintain this pace for this lap, you better believe we're going into Q2. Giving it everything we can right now as Franco Morbidelli has just met his demise in this session. That could actually be session over for the Italian. It's going to be difficult to get that bike back to the garage and repaired unless he's going to jump onto the secondary bike. We'll see what happens, see what Morbidelli can do. Up into the second split by 2.5 tenths of a second. Good stuff so far for the man on board the Aprilia. The guys back in Noale are going to be loving this one as we now get closer and closer to the rear of Danilo Petrucci ahead of us, I do believe it is, and onto the right hand side we'll go. Here we go, up by how many tenths of a second? Oh, it's up by just 1/10 of a second, but that's more than enough that we need. So going into the left-hander of the Saxon curve, down the waterfall section, holding a nice tight apex, bringing on the power with this medium front and soft rear. Hard on the brakes will go as Enea Bastianini has met his demise. A plethora of bikes are down in the final corner. That's not going to affect us, though. We're going to bring on the power, get across the line, and top position goes to Grant. Magnificent. We actually got out of qualifying 1 the correct way. I don't think we've ever done that. I think the only time we've ever got through is by practice. Unbelievable. We are now battling for a pole position. Can we get the job done here today? And look at that front row right now. Franco Morbidelli, Valentino Rossi and Alex Marquez. Now we've seen Rossi in the Catalonia test and he was really good. He finished top 5 overall, so whatever he found in that test has clearly paid dividends here today as he's now currently on the front row. What a magnificent start that would be for the Doctor in the Sachsenring, of course, one of the most successful riders here in the Sachsenring, and actually the most successful man in the Sachsenring, Marc Marquez, is nowhere to be seen, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't make it through. We denied him, our teammate Aleix, the 2 Suzukis. Unbelievable. And we're up by 0.5 of a second here. Granted, Franco Morbidelli's lap time currently is a 1:19.918, which is not enough for us to take pole position. There's no chance that is going to be the final lap time at the end of this session, but we're still rocking the medium front and soft rear, the same tyres we left qualifying 1 on and straight in here to qualifying 2. The tyres looked great, so there's no reason we couldn't just use them anyway or just change them would have wasted another tyre effectively. I'm trying to save 2 mediums for the Grand Prix because I always use the medium front and medium rear. But going into the final corner for turn 13, one of many left-handers here. Across the line we'll go, and it's a 1:18.961. What a superb lap coming in for this man who's second place in the championship right now, and this is the final one. Brand new soft front, brand new soft rear, Johann Zarco to trail. This could be our first pole position in MotoGP. We have been denied before by Fabio Quartararo in the Le Mans GP. The French GP is where we were so close, and we haven't been that close in ages. We would push down to second place like we've been pushed to second place so many times this season, and we have a wonderful chance. And I'll be honest with you, I've been in the pits, I've changed the tyres, I made a couple of mistakes, I almost crashed, come back into the pits, got 1 set of rubber left, and this is our chance. And I tell you what, no one got close. Fabio Quartararo is 39 thousandths of a second behind us. Johann Zarco there in the front row as well, so it's another Frenchman on the front row yet again. And it looks like we've got the job done, I think. But Jack Miller... Oh no, Jack Miller! I was just about to mention in the left-hand corner of your screen there, Jack Miller had 1 red sector right in the 3rd split, and he's obviously done the business in the 4th split to get a whole 10th quicker than us. We need to have a wonderful final corner here going into the final one. Use Johann Zarco's slipstream if we can. Oliveira's gone down. Zarco's gone down as well. Can we still get the pole position? It's going to be super close. Oh, we're not going to get it done. Oh, my God. Jack Miller. Oh, no. How can I be leading all that time? Oh, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I had it. I actually thought I had it. Oh, no way. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you did, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you tonight at 8 PM for the Grand Prix. So hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single Dot Race upload. And upon that note, guys, thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more Dot Race content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single Dot Race video.